couple things on your jet boat that you might need to know out there on the water. First things first is the bilge plug. This is your bilge plug. Make sure the plug is in. All you have to do is hand tighten, screw it in, unscrew it with your hand. You don't need a wrench, you don't need any of that stuff, but make sure your bilge plug is in before you put it in the water, otherwise your boat will sink. Other than that, on the jet boat, you have cleanouts. The important thing is your cleanouts on a jet boat. Up here are the cleanouts. Inside here, you just press down gently, twist, and you can pull them out. In order to put them back in, you have to make sure this little tab is on set. So this has to be on set for it to go back down in. It only goes in one way. There's 3 little indentations down in the hole. You set them in. They should just drop right in. You should be able to let your hand go, drop right in, real simple. Press down a little and twist, and they're in. You cannot pull them out. Take out, press down, and twist. They'll come right out. If you're forcing it, if you're jamming it back and forth, if this is not on set and you put it in there, it will be hard and you will get it stuck. Make sure it's on set, set it in, press down, and twist. On a twin engine boat, you have 2 of them. You have to make sure they are in and secure before you start the engine. Otherwise, you will lose power. So you have to make sure those are in and secure. The hatch also has to be down because these are kill switches right here. If this hatch is up, the engine will not start. So that's a little safety. So in order for the engine to start, put your lid down, go up there, and you can now start it. Know about starting the boat and running the boat. First thing you always need to do is you need to make sure your battery switches are in the on position. If you have 2 batteries, you're going to have a house battery and a cranking battery. You need to have them both in the start position for all your systems to run. Second thing is your red lanyard. This is attached to your life jacket when you're running the boat, and it's attached to your kill switch on the boat. That means if you fall out of the boat while your engine's running, this will kill the engines. So in order for your boat to start, you need to have your red lanyard attached. You need to have the boat in neutral, and you can start the boat. You can start a jet boat out of the water for a few minutes. You don't need it hooked up to the water. You don't need it in the water. It's not going to hurt it because it has the stainless steel impellers. You can turn the key. We'll turn off the boat, or when you have this attached to your life jacket and you fall out of the boat, the red lanyard comes off and kills the engines. You get back in the boat, you need to reattach it. If you do not reattach it and you try to start it, nothing will happen. If you try to start it, nothing will happen if the boat's not in neutral. So you need to have it in neutral. You need to have the lanyard attached. Now you can start. Just like as simple as that. You can turn it off by the key or by the lanyard. You also have 2 ignitions on a twin engine boat because you have two engines running independent of each other. You have to turn one on, you turn the other one on. You have 2 throttles, they run independent of each other. When you're going down the lake, you need to run them both simultaneously at the same time. You do not want to run one engine at a time. If you run one engine and just think you can run it down the lake, you will hurt the other engine. While you are underway, you always need to have both engines on, both engines going at the same time. Do not turn one engine on and run one engine and not during the other one. If for some reason one engine didn't start, you can use the second engine to limp home. That is what it means. You have to go idly, slowly home. You cannot go full throttle. You just limp home to get home. Do not go full throttle. You will hurt the other engine. Other than that, up here is your touch screen. You can go through here and use your touch screen, go through the displays. There's also a joystick that'll run through it. You have maps, but you can go in your manual, go online, watch some videos, go through the whole operations that your touchscreen will do. And at the end of the day, you go back and you turn off your switches so your batteries don't get drained if something's left on. You can go back here. This is the house battery. Turn it to the off position. Down here is your start battery. Because it says start on it, you can turn that to the off position. House battery can be on if you just want to listen to the radio. start battery needs to be on if you want to start the boat. If for some reason you left everything on and your batteries are drained, you can go to the yellow emergency parallel, turn it both on. It will draw power from both in order to get a start. Other than that, at the end of the day, always make sure your battery switches are off.